And today, my friends, we're going to make a mini travel journal. I'm very excited. We made one the other day, and today we're making this one. Decorated pages with pockets and tucks and little feely things. So I'm taking a look at the junk journal we made yesterday, and I'm taking a look at the different ribbons, and I'm really feeling like these are all too big. It really kind of swallows it alive. I like the black. These stitches I think would be better in the closer to the tan color, but I'm still loving this junk journal. So I got out some lace that I think, even though it kind of swallows the book, it makes it so much more precious. And now I'm just deciding if I need an edging around it, or I'm just going to use this lace on it. But I really, really love this lace, and I think we're going to go with that. It's larger, but I think even in swallowing the book, it's so huggable, lovable, beautiful, delicate, elegant. I think that's what we're going to use. So now I have to audition and figure out if I'm going to put something around here that doesn't take away from that feel that I'm now getting. So let's go see what else I have to offer. Okay, so we have a lot of pages that we've already made. Let's go ahead and frou-frou up some additional pages, and then we'll bind our mini junk journal. Okay, so let's go ahead and take some of our blank pages and put some of our stickers on it that look like they're about the right size for full day stickers, full page stickers. And we're going to pull those off of here. And again, grab your tweezers. I forgot to bring them to the table again. And we're going to look at that. If that's not the perfect size for that, I don't know what is. And again, this is our miniature junk journal. We're going to put inside of our soap box that we have created the cover for with a soap box, just leaving 3 sides left on it, and putting fabric with double sticky iron-on the fabric. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a few more of these, because I think that looks very cool. And we're going to put some inside the page so they show up in different places. That just fits so perfectly. I love, love, love that. Okay, awesome. Yay! And maybe 2 more, and then we'll go on to our junk journal. That's so pretty, and the gold really pops. What else do we have? What else do we have? Live today. Let's go ahead and do that one. I like this one. That's really cool. Make every day your best day. Okay, so we can write something at the top of that page. Refold that to be perfect. And then let's go ahead and stick those pages in with the pages and the pockets that we already have done. And we can create our book. Okay, maybe a couple of stickers. Let's see. Let's throw a couple of leaves and feathers and earthy stuff on it. A nice one here. Live today, we'll leave that one be. We'll put a feather on the bottom of our page. Refold that, make sure that's perfect. Not that a junk journal needs to be perfect, but just a couple more here. Okay. Like that. Some pine, I think it's pine, not grass. A little bit more pine. Let's grab the ones with the pine cones. Again, tweezers are great for doing this as well. There you go, a real earthy page there. Like it? And again, just to give the pages a little frou-frou, an added incentive, what can we put on a page kind of thing, just to make them look really cool. Okay, now let's put our book together, shall we? Oopsie. All right. And decide what pages. And they don't, see how this is different sizes? That's one of the fun things about a junk journal. They don't have to be the same size. So we can stick this back here. That way when we bind this, we can open that front page, have a nice little hiding place for our journaling. Nice there. Some additional white sheets. Let's put in a today, and then maybe a little flower, just to get some nice little additions in there. I think I can fit a couple more pages in here. Open up. Open up, open up. Okay. Thought I had a lot more yellow pages left. Okay, so maybe this will be one binding right here. Believe in yourself, love it. Okay, so we open it up to the center, and that's where we sew across. And we've got a nice little page pocket here. Let's throw some additional pages around this. Really thought I had more yellow ones. Frizz on that. That feels thick enough for one. And then we have this one that you saw us make with a nice pocket here. And let's see if we can fill this up with some additional pages. Feel like I could put an extra page or two. Oh, look, a whole section over here we ignored. So let's maybe take this one apart and add them to the others here. It's real nice and thick there. Maybe one of these here and one of these here. Okay, that feels real good. That feels real good. So we've got our 3 signatures completed that we're going to put inside of our junk journal. And now we've already seen the junk journal that we finished yesterday. And let's go ahead and finish our junk journal today. We have our 3 signatures, and I found a whole stack of those papers that I thought I had up here on the table that weren't. So we have more to choose from, but let's go ahead and see if this lace will go all the way around the book. So we're just going to quickly put it here. That went all the way down. That goes all the way up. So this will be double. Look at that. I've got enough to go around twice. So we're going to go ahead and put this right here onto our little farmhouse travel journal. And let's turn on the light. I've switched it over to white thread, and we're going to simply do a straight stitch, having the ribbon dangle off the top, and decide which way I want the ribbon. And we're going to have it dangle off the all sides, and then we'll go around a second time to sew another piece onto the back, so it's a little bit thicker, a little bit more frou-frou, and you don't see the raw edges. So we're just locking our stitch in, doing a straight stitch over to the corner, back stitch. Now I'm going to back stitch enough that I can lift up the foot. I'm going to do this kind of like a mitered corner, going around binding on a quilt, so I have a little bit of a point there. And when I raised the foot, I had it needle down. And then just like on the corner, I'm gonna needle down, foot up, pivot, foot back down. And we're gonna sew it up the sides, back stitch, do my mitered, simple mitered corner, meaning that I'm just turning it to make a point on the end, so it's not going to gather, pull, torque, or otherwise round out the corners. I want a nice firm point. We're going to needle down, foot up, pivot, go around the top side. Gonna do that corner. And I'm going to bring the camera over closer in just a moment so you'll see this close up. But some of my friends say they like to see me in a video. So I am trying to have my face on at least a portion of the video every time so you get a little better look at my area, which again, very soon I'm going to have a real table. Imagine that, a real table to work on. Love that idea. And then we're going to trim it just about a 1/4 inch over the top of where we started. Needle down, pivot. Okay, now we're finishing up on the bottom. I want to pull that out so you can see it really briefly before we go on and do the other side. So if you can see this, it's not really necessary to do the other side, but I like to do both sides, getting rid of all of those rough edges around the side. And see, it still kind of bows at the sides, but we've got a little bit of that pointed corner by pulling it over. And let me go ahead and bring the camera over here so you can see and watch a little bit closer when I put this on the other side or the inside of the junk journal cover. Okay, my friends, so hopefully you've got a much closer view here. You're right in between me and my junk journal. We're just going to take this lace and roll it around. And when we get to the corner here, what I'm doing is I'm back stitching, so this part is locked in. And then I'm taking it, folding it over as such to get a little bit of a point right here. And I turn it so it's not pulling and torquing on it. Okay, so let's go ahead and start right here on the bottom, about equidistance the lace from where I did it on the outside of the cover. I'm just going to lock stitch that in real quick. We're going to stitch on the lace, back stitch, and again I apologize about my big fingers being in the way. We're just going to kind of square up that corner. A little carried away with myself. Needle down, foot up, pivot, turn it sideways, and go straight on down the side. Back stitch, do that layover of the corner. So I've got a little triangle here, little line. And I want to bring it right up onto that point right there. Okay, and bring it around the bottom or the top, whichever we choose that is. I believe that's the top here. Back stitch, so I have room around the corner to play. Do my little triangle and pull it down. Then see this point, how it comes up? I want to hold that down, lock it in with a stitch. The foot, needle down, foot up, pivot. And I apologize, I'm actually kind of looking through the camera to try and see what I'm doing here. So it's a little bit more awkward on my side. Hopefully it doesn't look that awkward on your side. Again, lift it up, try and make that angled corner. Lay it under there, lay it under there. See if I've got that right. That looks okay to me. Okay, and then again, we want to cut that off. Maybe I'll slice my threads so they're not in the viewing way, but see how this is the end right here? I want to give a good 1/4 inch before I cut the rest so it overlaps. And then it looks like it's rolled. And bring it right on over to the side. Is that rolled? That was trying to wrinkle up and roll on me. Okay. Then right at the end if you want. You can needle down, flip it, lock in a couple more stitches. That was a little overkill, so that wasn't necessary. And then let's go ahead and pull our stitches. Take a look at our overall journal. Looks like it folded on me there. Oopsie, lay up, lay up. Might want to pop that with an iron just to make that lay up there. But looks good to me. Okay, might have used a little bit tanner thread instead of the white that I was trying to use up the rest of the spool. Okay, so now we can bind our signatures. So we said that we had 3 signatures that we were going to use. We want to make sure the pockets are all upright so that the paper is going to go in here okay. Nothing is upside down. Believe in yourself. Well, that's kind of cute, being the last page there saying believe in yourself. Then we're going to put them on the back of this on the very bottom, and then we'll put in a second one and a third one, right on the very bottom. Then we'll put in a second one and a third one. Okay, so let's go right back over to the sewing machine. We want to do it the widest length stitch. We want to sew right on that crease right there. And I'm going to go real slow. Right on that crease. Okay, and needle up, pull it out, trim our threads. Trim our threads on the beginning. And see how our junk journal is looking and how those pages are protected. Sorry about the blurry. Let me see if I can get it a little further away from you. Okay, so this is the back section, and we still in the binding have enough room for 2 more. So we've got the believe in yourself and all the pages here in our junk journal that we can write on. And I think this front one was the hidden journal page, so I like that too. And you can always add more stickers, or if you receive this journal, you can add a lot more stickers, pages, everything, anything you want to it. But I want to have it in the beginning with enough little prompts and prettiness that you're very, very happy receiving it, and that it gives you ideas on which page. Be bold. All right. So let's go ahead and sew this journal in, leaving enough in our spine to fit our 3rd signature. So we're going to open this up wide and go in here and see if we can sew it right on that line. I'm just going to pick up my foot a little bit, and you see it's going to be really angled and not want to sew it where I want to sew it. So we're going to go real slow. Now also notice that I'm using a dull needle. I have already sewn a couple of quilts, so I'm using a dull needle because when where'd I go? Okay, I went off on that, so we don't want to sew any more off of that line. So we may re-secure it, but look, I have used up most of my spine, so I've really got to tuck that other one in tight. Be bold. Ooh, shucks. So I still have a little bit of the spine, so we want to be real careful to tuck that in there and get that going. Kind of made my pages a little off-kilter, but I'm still happy with them. It is a junk journal, and when we get the other one in, you're never going to know that I went off sides. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab that last spine. Maybe trim off our threads so they're not in our way or don't distract us. And again, hit that with a hot iron, make that stand up. Okay, so now we have our 3rd signature. Put all of our papers in so they're lined up all right. Go in here and try and get that tucked up as tight as I can. We're going to raise that foot up a little bit, putting it in backwards this time. Again, elevating the foot a little bit. I want to get right into that crease. Right into that crease. So our foot is a little up in the air. Okay, let's see what we did. Oh, and we made a little mess of our threads. Let's pull pull that thread. And again, we could have used hole punchers. We could have used twine. Oh, look at that. I'm going to have to redo that because I really can't have it nesting on the back of it because that was going to be my final one. So we're going to take those out and redo the third signature. Okay, so we've pulled all of our stitches out of that. We've pulled them out of the book. They were just nesting on the back, and we definitely don't want that. But we can tell that because I put that one close to the end of the signature, it's going to be a little bit tougher to get this one inside. Just go ahead and pull out the rest of these threads. And let's see if we can add in this last signature upright to the junk journal and get that in there. And if not, we'll finesse it, or we'll hand stitch it at this point, or we can even get out that old hand punch. Okay. Again, it did not act like it wanted to do that at all, so I'm not really happy with that. What I'm thinking is I probably have more bulk, more pages in this junk journal, so to avoid that in the future, you'd put in less pages or less thickness on your pages. Okay, so we've got, and here, my friends, we have a beautiful junk journal, fabric and paper, and stickers and pockets and hidden pages, reuse, upcycle, and enjoy. So we're going to go ahead and put the lace on this now, not the binding lace. We're going to pop that with an iron so it stays up and looks prettier. And then we're going to put the lace around it. So one big more step before it becomes a beautiful travel journal, diary, junk journal for your pleasures. All right. Okay, so we have decided around our beautiful little journal that I popped it with the iron so that would stay up and pretty. We're going to go ahead and use this beautiful lace. So I'm going to fold this approximately in half. I'm going to put the book in approximately in the middle. And then I'm going to open up my front cover. And I'm just going to stitch a line right here. I'm going to open up the back cover. I'm going to stitch a line right here. So that way, oops, I'm so sorry. That way I am secured. And that way the ribbon never disappears. And we're just giving it a quick tack, quick sew. Trimming our threads. Hello, thread. Trimming our threads. And now we're stitched onto one side. We're going to stitch it onto the other side real quick. And then we're going to be ready to bow tie the front and say we are accomplished. Don't want to loop my thread around there. Okay, laying it flat, not to have any extra, no bulk. Right in the center. My sewing machine just wants to go crazy on this table. I'm hoping, maybe we'll get the new table set up tomorrow. We shall see. Trim my threads. All right, so now we can see our farmhouse journal. Let's go ahead and trim the threads where we started on both sides, the front and the back. Get rid of those. Loose threads over here, just the same. Okay, and now you can see our beautiful journal has been completed. We're going to take our ties and we're just going to bow tie them like we would our hair bows, our shoelaces, anything else. Just pull that in together. We've got our complete journal ready for writing in. We can bow tie our lace, and we have a beautiful junk journal ready for travel. These are travel size for the purses. I'm really loving the second one best. I think I might take this thread out and make it the tan color so that doesn't look too obnoxious there. But what do you think? You can do this too, my friends. See how simple and lovely this is? Now, if you want to buy these journals, they are not available for sale right now, but Etsy, ETSY.com, has wonderful stores with lots of junk journal people that you can buy these from. Enjoy, or catch me at a craft show near the end of the year. If any of these are left, they will be there. Love you all, my friends. Have a great day.